A warm good evening to one and all. May I invite Mr. Bibu Punuran, our Vice President and Program Committee Chair, to welcome the gathering. Mr. Bibu, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm really happy this evening to be welcoming all of you to this new series that we are introducing on behalf of KMA. That is the Phoenixpreneur. That is it's short form for Phoenix Entrepreneur, and we have been lucky to get Mr. Shamsuddin, T.R. Shamsuddin, who is a first generation entrepreneur this evening for us. Basically the idea behind this the Phoenixpreneur was that when we discussed within the management committee with president and senior past president S.R. Nair and the committee, we had come upon a conclusion that it should be a motivation for other people, budding entrepreneurs as well as our student members, to get into entrepreneurship. And that is how we hit upon this idea. So people who have weathered it all, who have come out of the ashes, or people who have overcome many obstacles and made it big, these are the kind of people that we are looking forward into the Phoenix Entrepreneur series. And it is my proud privilege to welcome Mr. T.R. Shamsuddin, who will be introduced later in detail. Mr. Shamsuddin, welcome this evening to us. And of course, our President Nirmala, our Mr. S.R. Nair, who will be engaging Shamsuddin in a conversation. Then past President A.K. Nair, I can see you on stage, and all our past presidents are Vivek, all our past presidents. Then our management committee members, student members of KMA, secretariat members, and above all our participants. A warm welcome to you this evening. It's over to you, Nirmala, for the.
Thank you, Bibu, for your new initiative. Congratulations. Chief guest of the day, Mr. T.R. Shamsuddin, founder and CEO of Blockbuster Technologies Private Limited. Chairman Program Committee, Mr. Bibu Punuran, former President KMA, Mr. S.R. Nair, Executive Committee members, Managing Committee members, past presidents, KMA members, invited guests, students, ladies and gentlemen. A warm good evening and a hearty welcome once again to this new initiative of Program Committee, Phoenix Entrepreneur. The definition of Phoenix is a legendary bird which, according to one account, lived 500 years, burned itself to ashes on a fire, and rose alive from the ashes to live for some more time. Here is a person compared to this phoenix. Now you must have an idea of what are we going to hear today. According to Janet Fitz, she is an American author. She said, the phoenix must burn to emerge. And that is a motive for successful people everywhere. Grit, determination, flexibility, imaginative leaps, laughter in the face of defeat, gratitude for what we have. These traits are not developed through success, but through challenges, frustration, and failure. Failure is not the alternative to success. It is something to be avoided, but it's also only a temporary setback on a bigger, more significant course. Everybody encounters failure at one point of time or another. What truly matters is how you react and learn from that failure. Jack Field is an American author, motivation speaker, corporate trainer, and entrepreneur. He is the co-author of Chicken Soup for the Soul series, which has more than 250 titles and 500 million copies in print in over 440 languages. A world-renowned transformational speaker and a trainer who has conducted more than 2,500 workshops and events all over the world. Jack Field was rejected 144 times before he found a publisher for his book, Chicken Soup for the Soul. When Jack told the publisher he wanted to sell 1.5 million books in the first 18 months, the publisher laughed and said he would be lucky to sell 20,000 books. The first book sold more than 8 million copies in America and 10 million copies around the world. Okay. Jack and Field's book brand is now $1 billion brand. Jack and Field advised that. So the reality is that you just have to say, I am more committed to my vision than I'm committed to your doubt or my fear, and just go for it. Today, we have this unique story of Mr. T.R. Shamsuddin, founder and CEO of Blockbuster Technologies Private Limited. To take this session forward, I invite the program committee co-chair and past president of KMA, Mr. S.R. Nair. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, President Nirmala. Chairman of the session, Nirmala, and all the participants who are in this meeting. A great welcome to Shamsuddin once again. I will start by introducing Shamsuddin, and thereafter I will start engaging him on the conversation. As housekeeping, what we will do is we will keep all your phones muted, and in case you have questions, it could be sent to the chat board that can be picked up. I'll identify you by name and ask the question to Shamsuddin on your behalf. That will happen on the later stages of this discussion. First, let me introduce, while both Bibu Punuran and Madam Nirmala had said about the Phoenixpreneur, I want to add on to that by saying that it was during this discussion that there are two elements of this. One element is people having failure. The other element is people coming from nowhere. That is rags to riches story. We combined it by saying that okay, we will have those entrepreneurs who have the innate strength and abilities to rise out of nothingness, and including their own ashes. That is what we said we will do it. So hence, since I knew T.R. Shamsuddin beforehand, and I had known his enterprises, I had known the way that he had been working, etc. I thought he would be a good fit for the Phoenixpreneur, and we will engage him for the conversation. Okay, Shamsu, let me read out your resume to the audience for their benefit, and then I will engage with you. Mr. T.R. Shamsuddin Hayes Temperature studied in an engineering college in Madurai, where he was promised a scholarship by the recruiting agent. When it didn't come through, he was forced to default the fees. And just to cling on to the studies, he became a student canvassing agent for the college. That was the beginning of a growth story that ended up in Mr. T.R. Shamsuddin building and owning 3 engineering colleges. Later, the colleges ran well, and the story we will describe during the conversation. The institution could not withstand the onslaught of the reversal of the supply-demand situation in engineering education. However, a serendipitous business that he had undertaken for fun came to his rescue. That was movie making. 3 movies he had made. One is called 1983. That was a widely acclaimed movie, National Award winner. The second movie is Queen. It's the story of engineering college students. And the third one, where he was a sole producer, is Kane, which is widely acclaimed for its artistic merit as well as for the box office success. Okay, Shamsuddin is a very, very creative and imaginative person. Keeps on looking at opportunities, keeps on thinking about possibilities, keeps on looking at entrepreneurial opportunities, and always on the go. He has no qualms in trying new setups, enterprises, and organizations. He is currently concentrating his energy to build up, already that is built up to scale up Blockbuster Technologies Private Limited. The name that itself has a movie connect. He will explain that what is this Blockbuster and the technology that combine together as we go along. Okay, and Shamsuddin, a great welcome to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. So we will start the conversation and then we will take questions from other people later. Shamsu, yours is a very long story. Some part of it is quite unbelievable in nature. Okay. Would you kindly tell us how old are you now?
36, 37.
37 years. See, somebody to build, run, and own an education institution, it is a 100-year-old endeavor. How did you end up in having 3 engineering colleges? Anyway, we come to that. Okay, we will discuss that step by step. See, at a very young age, building up institutions and running institutions, and then of course some part of it has been sold, etc. Now, please let us start from the beginning. Okay, what fascinated you to engineering studies, Shamsu?
Good evening, all. First of all, before answering sir's question, thank you for inviting me for this function, for this talk. Thank you very much to all the management committee members of Kerala Management Association and those who are coming to hear my talk. Thank you everyone. I am feeling proud myself that I am invited for Kerala Management Association.
Shamsu, we are also feeling very proud that we brought you to this podium.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sir, your question is what brings me to...
Yeah, well, you see, the engineering studies, see, there is a nimittam for everything, you know. I believe you're building up the engineering colleges had a nimittam of you studying engineering, right?
Okay.
So we'll start with that.
Okay. Why
did you choose engineering studies?
Oh, I chose. Okay. Sir, okay. Nothing like that. Actually, it was my parents' dream. I think my parents suggested me to do engineering, so I also selected engineering like that. Nothing. There was no.
If it was your choice, what would you have been? Shamsu, the choice I do. Shamsu and the
yeah, my choice was I want to do something my own. Like I want to start my own something. Before joining engineering itself, that was my ambition. So when I am joining for engineering also, I think like first I start from that time. I will join some other company and I will make a capital from there. Then I will start my own. So the ambition, when I am studying itself, I still remember when I was in a school, my mom was a UD clerk in a government school called Sri SMT School, Chelakara.
Okay.
So when I was in 4th standard, my mother colleague, Sridevi Chechi, she asked me, what do you want to become in life? Then I told her, I want to become a businessman. And at that point of time itself. So
at a very young age itself, you wanted to become a businessman.
He told me you will not get then because after class, I go to my mom's office. Then Sridhar Cheji used to tell me, you will not get a chair like this to work, and if you're business, you have to go around and all. You will not sit and work like this and all, calm and all like. So I really remember it because my ambition was because in my family also there were I am the first person doing business. I was also having a thought. Always I was having a thought like even somebody in my family, if somebody is doing business or something like that, I could have get some advice from them. But unfortunately, nobody was there in my family. In both my mother and father family. Everyone was either working with the government services or they were working abroad.
So from all account, you are a self-made person with absolutely no business advices coming from anywhere else, particularly from within the family. But tell us, how did an engineering student start as soon as the engineering is over or the studies are over, start thinking of building up engineering colleges?
So it's also like a butterfly effect. Actually, I went for studying engineering. There was a fees problem. I couldn't write exams. So I couldn't write few exams because of I couldn't pay the fees. Then when when they were here for canvassing students, I got an idea that if I help them, they will support me.
Okay.
Then I met their college chairman's son, and I helped him to get students from Kerala. Then he helped me back. It's a very short. I am very shortly.
Okay, now tell me, in a year, how many students would you have canvassed?
So before it was like when I promoted my own engineering college first inside Tamil Nadu. Then after that, I was promoting other engineering colleges, not
Okay.
like each student. I was promoting the engineering college itself inside the Kerala. I
Now,
was
Shamsu,
not acting as a agent. Yeah.
yeah. At that time, how many engineering colleges were there in Kerala, Shamsu, when you were doing this?
When I was when I was doing that, I think not more than 15 or 20 private engineering colleges.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
So all these new engineering colleges in Kerala came in during your study time or after your study time? That is what you think.
I think when I just joined engineering, these colleges started coming.
Okay.
I think 1991. Yeah. No, 2001 or 2, something like that.
So let me ask you, in the 3 to 4 years time that you were part of the engineering college, promoting your own engineering, engineering college that you were studying, as well as other engineering colleges, I would like to know how many engineering students would you have canvassed and sponsored for these engineering colleges, average and year?
Actually, I was doing that only 3-4 years. At that, I was canvassing to around 8 to 10 engineering colleges, complete seats. First, my own engineering college, then I added 2 engineering colleges. Then next year, it was 5 or 6 engineering colleges. After completing seat in my college, yeah.
How many students, Shamsu? How many students in terms of number of students?
Yeah, might be more than 5,000.
So you must have you had been canvassing more than 5,000 students a year.
Yeah, sir.
My goodness. So you had that means while studying itself, you had become a big businessman.
Yeah, I was having offices from Trivandrum to Kannur, almost all the districts.
How many offices you had in Kerala?
Around 10-12 offices.
And these offices were canvassing students for the engineering colleges located in Tamil Nadu. What about Karnataka?
No, I was doing only engineering only for Tamil Nadu, southern side colleges. Yeah.
Okay, fine. After the engineering, what did you do?
Yeah, just after engineering, I went to Bangalore, just like another, like my fellow, like other friends of mine, to get a job after engineering. To get a job, my friends went there just after the engineering to Bangalore to search for the job. So I was here for doing admissions and all. Then I was having a very little amount capital with me after doing these admissions and all. Then I went there. Then I want to do something with that money. I had only around 5 lakhs and all with me. Then I want to do something my own with that money. I was saving that each and every penny of that. So I asked them what we can do in Bangalore. Then they told us like now we are all waiting in front of the internet cafe to get a seat. At least 1.5 hours we have to wait.
Wait outside, okay.
Yeah, wait outside to get a seat. Then I thought like let's start one internet cafe. Then
what was your internet cafe called as?
Chat Club.
Chat Club. How many?
Just after engineering my first business.
How many years did you run this? How many years?
Just 1 year, because we were not having any employees, because my friends, we were 16 of them staying in one house which I was rented out. So my friends were running this cafe.
Okay.
But they will take for food and everything, expenses and all, because they are all engineers. So all the systems, around 35 systems were there. So all the systems were managed by them without any virus or anything, because that time all the systems were having that problem in internet.
The internet cafe Chat Club was closed down, or you sold it?
I sold it because that was running properly. Then after that, all my friends got job. Then there was no other person to look after that. Then I was also busy here. Then I sold out.
Okay. So how did you foray into engineering college, building up engineering? I believe the first one that you started was Malabar Engineering College, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Would you tell us how did it start?
So after this, I want to start my own some institution, a small institution like that. So I thought like starting some MBA institution or some very small institution. Then I thought like I can build from there. Then I was searching for a land for building that. Then one land with the 10 acres and around 40-50,000 square feet old building came in front of me. Then I asked that owner about the price and all. Then he told me a price. At that point of time, I didn't have that much of money with me. Then I took 1 year more. Then that next year, my target was to purchase that building. Okay, then I hard worked for that, and I was doing that much of admission that year, and then I came back to him and asked to buy that land and building. Then he told me 3 times price. If he
To
told,
buy, okay.
yeah, to tell me. Then he told me the real estate price is going like that. And then in between, by that time he came to understand that I want to build an engineering college there or some institution there. He was a politician, so he offered me if you are making me as a partner, I can give you in a half price. Then at that point of time, I told him, no, I am not interested because I don't. I was not believing in a partnership business and all. Then I came back. Then 1 or 2 months I took. Then I thought like, why don't we start? Because I am wasting another one. I am not getting that kind of a building or land. Because if I am a partner also, that business idea was good because that exactly suitable for an engineer. Because when I was studying itself, I am closely working with all these managements of engineering colleges. I was closely working because if they have a problem to execute and all, they trustfully handed over that problems to me to handle any person or to handle any inspection or to handle anything. So I know each and everything of building an engineering college. So I understood that I can convert this building and land to an engineering college. So I don't want to miss that opportunity. Then I discussed once again with him, and I thought of partnering with him. And within 3-4 months, I converted that as an engineering college.
Yeah. So you had partnered with him and started the engineering institution by the name Malabar Engineering College, right?
Yes. Yes.
It is in Valancheri, isn't it?
No, sir. It's in Thrissur, Deshamangala.
It is in Thrissur. Okay. Now, I understand that Malabar Engineering College was officially inaugurated by our late APJ Abdul Kalam. Will you tell us a story about that, please?
Yeah, we got an opportunity because it's just after his presidential, after his presidential tenure. I was in, me and my partner were in Delhi for the approval process. Then we were seeing that a screen going on, he's inaugurating one institution. Then we thought of why don't we approach him for inaugurating our college? Then we approached him, thankful. He accepted the invitation and he came for the inauguration.
Okay, now the question there is, did you directly approach?
Directly approached.
Directly approached. Was he there in Delhi or in Chennai at that time, Shamsuddin?
Delhi.
Delhi. So he went to his place.
I got an opportunity of around 10 times to interact with him and for many purposes,
So by the time you had become an expert in building up engineering colleges, A to Z of engineering colleges, how to build up, you have learned, isn't it?
Yeah, sir.
Now, I hear this story, I understand this story of 50% ownership of an engineering college that you sold back to the owner, and then that you built 2 engineering colleges. Will you tell us about that, please?
Yes, sir. The first year itself, because I was doing these admissions and all, I know where to get students, how to get students, how to market everything. So the first year itself, the engineering college was full, and it was actually 100% break even. The first year itself, the college. Then we were having a very good admission also. So in our area, that was a village. So there was a bank called Punjab National Bank. Before it was Nedungadi Bank, converted to Punjab National Bank. So this bank is supposed to close. Actually, they were planning to close, because then when we started operating our engineering college, then their management thought of keeping that bank there itself, because they were not having other businesses there. So after 3 years, we are giving good account with them. Then one bank came and give us an amount, a 5 crore amount, and without any things around. Then without more process and everything. Then
Was there any collateral?
because our financials were very strong.
Okay.
So then by that time, I from all these profits and all, I purchased another land in Muattuda.
Okay.
That there are not many engineering colleges.
Okay.
So I got another land, but my partner was not interested, because he is a local politician. He want to concentrate there itself. So my partner told me that if you have another plan, okay, we can partner, because anyway bank is ready to, because the one Reliance given us 5 crore loan without any more, because we never went to them, but they came behind us and given us this 5 crore loan. Then they told us to change the bank account to HDFC. Then this Punjab National Bank called the head of Punjab National Bank. I think their office is in Marine Drive around. They called us and told why you want to change. Then we told them we want to change because you are not supporting us. Then they offered us more amount. Then they gave us that amount, and we partnered. We separated, and I was having a huge money.
My question is, was the separation a painful process, or it was an okay process?
Yeah, it was an okay process, 100% okay process.
Both of you agreed to the terms and separated, right?
Yeah, separated.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, then that year, this much of money, I don't know anything anything to do with that much of money. So
okay.
I don't know any other business or any other thing, because I also want to waste of that money doing something else. So I only know to run the institutions. Then I thought of landing. Then I already have one land. Then I searched which is the another place good for a new institution. Then I came to know Malappuram is the best place. Then I bought another land in Malappuram.
Okay.
Then I approached one construction company to do the construction, and it's done.
It is said that you were constructing 2 engineering colleges at the same time. How easy was it?
It was a tough because, but it was really tough. You know that something building inside Kerala is how it will be to make it to get the approvals, or to do something inside Kerala is very, very difficult. But see, if we have a passion, or if we have a dream, or if we have a belief in that, we will do it. That's all. I never think it is a problem, because but the one problem I am thinking is at that point of time, everywhere when I'm meeting the minister, or when I am meeting someone to get support me to get the, because I was very young also, but then all these people are helping me also. They were supposed to close the approvals, but they opened the approvals for me to start the engineering college. But by that time itself, they told me it is not a good idea to start an engineering college now and all. But I don't know any other thing to start.
Okay. Your one institute was called the Cochin College of Engineering and Technology, CCET. The other one was called Cochin Institute of Science and Technology at Muattupuza. Okay. Now, how many years did you run this engineering colleges, Shamsuddin?
7 years.
7 years. So, what was the thing? Was it easy? Did you have the full recruitment of students, or it was getting more and more tougher? How was the situation?
It was more and more tougher, because
okay.
See, my first engineering college, when we were starting, so enough fund was there, because the admissions was there. the fees was there. So to running that kind of an institution was very smooth. Okay, we can then after starting these two engineering college, everything were going against us. See all these lot of because when I am buying land in Muatura, there's only 2-3 engineering colleges in around Muatura. That's also around 20 kilometers.
Okay.
But when I am getting approval, when I am starting the college, other 14 groups also identified that opportunity. So along with me, other 14 engineering colleges also came in same location.
In no time, from 3 engineering colleges to 14 engineering colleges started in the same zone,
same
right?
area. Yeah.
Samsu, what was the secret of naming the engineering college Cochin Engineering College? One engineering
Nothing,
college was
sir.
in Malappuram, but you called it Cochin. Why was this?
We named Malabar because that's in Malabar area.
Okay. Okay.
Cochin area. That's all. Then only I started in Valanjeri because actually marketing was my skill. I know I want to do a lot of marketing, so I put the same name in Valanjeri also. That's all.
I see. Yeah. So what I understand is that you had sold the Valanjeri Engineering College to a very big education group of Kerala, and you have retained the Muattapura Engineering College yourself, right?
Yes, sir.
So when was this? When did you sell this? Was it a distress sale or sold it at good value, Valanjeri?
It is not sold in a good value actually because I was facing, you know that better because in between running these when I am starting engineering, there was no much admissions and all. Then the second year, the second year of that college also having not much admissions. So then third year I decided to make a good admission. So I made a plan to do something different to make good admissions. So I made a drive like before to get more admissions to that. But in that part of that, I run a lot of conclaves. In that function also, I started one entrepreneurship development cell, which was also inaugurated by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. So like that, lot of series of events I done. Lot of so through that I promoted college and I made very good admissions compared to other engineering colleges. I made very nice admissions. So then after that, I got a good number of seats with us. But the problem was that year, Kerala Technical University came. So all engineering colleges under Kerala came to under one university.
Yeah.
Then the first year results were out. First semester results were out. So in this result, our colleges were standing in last both two engineering colleges were in the last 10 engineering colleges, ranks of 10 last 10 engineering colleges.
Yeah, that is your college got ranked below.
Yeah, very around 150 engineering college. We were between 140 and 150.
My God, okay.
Till that time, I was not involved in academics or anything because I only interact with the principal. I never involved with academics because I also don't know much about that because so that I also not involved in that area much. So that year, that semester, I called for a meeting with all the top HODs of the institutions, both institutions. Then I told them it's not going to work. If it is going like this, next year also we'll get the same result only. Then we eventually will not get the seats, and we were promoting the college, and everyone will ask us why you are, and people are also asking me why your result is like this. And then I thought I want them actually within one semester you have team room. Then next semester result came. According to them, they improved 2-3%, but all other colleges were improved. Then our rank came back. Okay.
What was your rank after that?
Then I understood that this is not going to work. Okay, then.
All right. Okay, so now, so one institution you have sold, the other institution that you're keeping. I believe, if I understand things correctly, you engaged a photographer to take a brochure of your college. He came to do a brochure of your college and ended up in directing your movie. Can you tell us a story?
Yeah, actually, yeah. When I was starting these colleges, I was really busy. When through one of my friend, I met Ebrishain. He was a nice
Ebrit
photographer.
Shine. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I was busy. By that time, I want to make a good brochure for the college. So I was
Okay.
behind approvals and affiliations at that point of time.
Okay.
So we become very good friends, and in between our pre-production discussions and all, I told him like one day the movie was not in my plan actually. One day I want to do
It was,
something.
and Ebrit Shine never directed a movie before that, right?
No, never
And
directed
if
a
I
movie before
understand
that.
things, he never even was an assistant director or anything with, he never had a past experience of movie making, did he?
No, he was not. Not a movie director before. Not assisted, I think.
Yeah.
He
So
was a
how did
photographer.
you see? It is like this. I'm just tempted to ask you this: a person who has never made a movie, he has never worked in the movie industry. He was a photographer, predominantly a photographer for a newspaper company, and he came to do a work for you for preparing the brochure. How could you hand over a movie production to him just like that, Shamsuddin?
The two things are there, sir. The thing is like actually, I want to make a movie in future to inspire people, to motivate
Okay.
people. Okay, because I used movies to inspire myself.
Okay.
Okay, so the story was like that. That story was that much compelling, and
Okay.
that one. And another thing, we were good friends, and he was working for me, and I was not there for the shoot and all. He done his job very well, and he's talented. I could identify his talent. Okay, then that convinced me to work with him to tell that story.
I believe that movie got a national award as the best regional movie, and there was a lot of other state awards also you have received. Was that a commercial success, Shamsuddin?
Yeah, it was a commercial success.
I believe it was the second movie of Nivin Pauly, isn't it?
No, not second movie, but I think it's one. Is in its career, it is a taking off movie. Like it's made him a big actor in
Yeah, that
India.
is 1983 movie actually consolidated Nivin Pauly as a good actor. That is what you were trying to tell me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, see, my question here is, you have entrusted the movie making to a talented person who had never made a movie before. And I also understand that you did not really go into the movie making exercise at all. You were never in the set. You did not go to supervise, overseer, etc. So it is said that movie making without a proper production control or execution, always it ends up in loss. Did you really shoot off your target or to shoot off your budget as far as the first movie is concerned?
No, actually, all this is always budget will shoot up. That's in case 10%, 15% budget anytime that will shoot up for sure. But thank God I don't have any problem because all these movies our team were very good. All these movies they all were talented because the second movie Q1 also his director his last movie was Janaganamana.
Okay.
So all these people were talented and yeah, they were all working.
So that means, now that shows Shamsu have a knack for identifying talent, even if it is inexperienced. So would you tell us how is it? How do you look at a person and find out that he has a talent and he will execute? Maybe some learning for all of us listening to you here, Shamsu.
I don't know, sir. Actually, might be it's an intuition. Maybe, yeah.
No, my understanding is that because there are an association called MACTA, there are many other producers association, there are Chamber of Commerce, etc. But you have never been, maybe you must have taken a membership, but nobody heard Shamsuddin as a movie producer in the chamber Nobody heard Shamsuddin as a movie producer in Magna and other places. So, but in spite of that, you had made 3 wonderful movies, 3 successful movies. So, what is the secret behind that, Shamsuddin?
No, I am not having that much of friends in movie industry. I have very few friends. Like very few friends means the friends, mostly the people who worked for our movies. That's all. And yeah, I don't have.
Okay, so let me ask you this question: do you plan to continue movie making?
Yeah, 100%. Because anyway, you said before, I am getting that that kind of intuition.
So I may have a lot of recommendation to make for the people who are listening to you. You know, some roles. You know, I may probably try for a villain role, Shamsu.
100%. Anybody can act.
So you have plans to make new movies as well.
Yeah, but very selective. I want to make a quality production house, like quality movies. My dreams with this production house is very big. So I want to make I can see a lot of people are without knowing or without correct advice, or I don't know might be because of misleading and things. They went into production and losing a lot of money. Okay. Actually, movie production is a good business if you can do that properly. Okay.
What do you mean by properly? What do you mean by properly?
Yeah, if you can do that properly, if you can know business, because that's a very important thing in that is because you have to notice that why all these actors and directors are becoming producers. Why? Because in all industries, because they know that business.
They know their business, right?
Yeah, the people coming outside from the industry, that same for any business that is same. So if we don't know anything, we have to meet with the challenges, right? So the same thing, because the loss here is very big. That's the problem.
The loss is very big. Now, that is a question that I want to ask you, because see, if there is some personal part of the question that I will come to, but when I had some connect with you as a business mentor also for some time. But what I am trying to ask you is that no, in my social, in my academic, in my professional line of contact, many people I checked up with them about a person called T.R. Shamsuddin. Nobody had ever told me that you are a movie maker or you are a producer. But then, surprisingly, you are a producer of a very successful 2-3 movies. You know, so how could you keep that identity but not immersing inside that? And you plan to make movies again. So, what is the secret of this?
Sir, that's one reason is that because my first movie were in 2014. Then after 4 years only, because movie production was not in my line actually. Okay. Then after that, after running these colleges, I met some people in startup industry like Baiju or many people. So all these people, they told me do something else other than conventional business, which is scalable, which should be scalable. So I was also researching. So you also know that. So I went to many places to study about how to make a good company and all. Then because I want to start a good company, so I came to understand that movie industry is not much explored. There are many problems to solve. So I want to do something with that industry. So to test that things, I actually done Cure. Okay, something will.
Okay, fine. That is great. So tell us about blockbuster technologies. It is connected to the movies. So what is your vision about blockbuster technologies?
Yeah, we are building a group funding kind of thing for how startups are working. We want to make the same thing in movie industry. How startups are working now. One startup is coming, and if that idea is good, if the team is good, if the story is good, if people are thinking they can make a good company, people are investing in that. So same kind of, we want to make good stories. So without stars, because there are a lot of talents like 1983 and Kuhn, both directors were new directors,
Yeah.
debut directors.
Debut
Like
directors,
that,
yes.
people are there, many talents are there on and off the camera. So to support them, if there is a lot of people to support them, we can support a lot of talents. That's it.
Shamsu, I want to ask you a question. This Kane movie was actually a very controversial subject. As a producer, how did you touch a controversial subject to be produced as a movie?
Contra. Actually, that telling a story to become a good person, like in our lives, we might be meeting many people, uh, knowingly or unknowingly, might be they will harm you, or you might be facing a lot of difficulties with other people, that will go to many issues and all that kind of story. So how to become a good person, you must ignore all these things, or you have to understand others also, if that will affect you. So like that story is telling, that story have a very good meaning, that so that
That is okay, because you're a very positive minded person and you always try to take up those challenging things. But when you go through a movie of this theme, there must be some doubt, whether this will click or not, Did you have a doubt at that time, Shamsu?
No, sir. Actually, Kane is the easiest project I done so
I
far.
see.
My
Okay.
three, because I was not having any doubt, because the team is super team after Uire, the best team, and the actors was also like prominent actors, and there was no doubt, 100%, because in the industry there was having some problems, and I invited to producer association for discussing that. Then they welcome me, telling that you got a lucky project, you got a table business. Like in this industry, they called it as a table profit project.
Table profit project. Table
Yeah,
profit, stable or table?
table.
Table. Okay. Table profit project. Okay. Yeah.
Because before the project is, if the project is good, all the rights will sell off. Yeah, like that.
All right. So how far have you progressed in the making of blockbuster technology? Where is the company now? At what stage is the company now?
So because I'm doing other businesses also, but I am consciously building this company, sir.
Okay.
Actually, it's a big vision. So it may take maybe 5 to 10 years to implement that. Maybe to solve that problem, or I don't want to make like I don't want to implement these to some movies and do that. Like I want to concentrate and consciously build that product. That's why I'm building slowly.
Shamsu, I personally know that you have been directly and meeting and communicating with people like Baiju, people like Binny Bensal, Sachin Bensal, and many other people at Bangalore and many other places. So, having interacted with them many number of times, what do you think about startup scaling? What is your views about scaling the startup business?
Yeah, if that is like, if people need it, if there is a revenue model, if people ready to, if the problem is really solving, you can be scaled to anywhere. That's all.
But did you try to do any business projects with Mr. Bensal or Baiju?
Yeah, Baiju, actually Baiju called me only first, when he is entering inside Kerala. He called me personally and to ask me to master franchisees project, entire project inside Kerala, entire Kerala, master franchisee. He offered me master franchisee, but there was some issues, like bad experience for me after running some franchisee business, because we built that business, then later we later they other start then complications and all.
You must be
So,
referring to your experiences about the EuroKit project, right? Or the
no, it's Billabong.
Billabong.
Yeah.
That was a public school that you started and then you wounded it up, right?
Yeah. Kangaroo Kids. Actually,
Yeah,
school
Kangaroo
started.
Kids, sorry, not Euro Kids, Kangaroo Kids actually. So Kangaroo Kids and the Billabong International School were a project that you started and later you wound it up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Shamsu, that is about the business part of it. Some idea people have received. Now, I just want to generally understand the person called T.R. Shamsuddin. See, there are wherever I go, because I get connected to so many entrepreneurs, startup entrepreneurs, many people. Generally, also it's my hobby to keep tab on people, to understand who is what is various things and all. Many people actually do not know Shamsuddin, but people without knowing Shamsuddin tell bad things about Shamsuddin. Why?
I don't know. Yeah. So people maybe there. See, I always have an.
Shamsu, I'll tell you. One person told me that you are a Benami of some Middle East businessman. You are a Benami, and the money is coming by Kurel. That is what initially when I asked somebody, they told me. So I mean that was the understanding with which actually first when I heard of T.R. Shamsuddin, that is what people were telling me. Why is it that people are spreading such unwanted stories about you?
Yeah. See, I don't know. Building something is. I actually I always before this social media and all. Now many people know my face and all. Like before, 7-8 years after starting my first engineering college or pre-engineering college, I regularly face these issues, like these kind of talks, problems and all. I never mind that problems because that is not going to disappoint me because I am believing in myself. I am doing myself, and it's very interesting that when I was having some problems in my college, all problems came to me, and I was having some struggles. And some of my friends understood that I am doing myself all these things. That's also that I don't know.
Shamsu, my question is, after all this, you have 3 engineering colleges, you have movies, there are many other companies that you have been part of, there are some companies that you're running, etc. All the while, have you been able to this? Of course, you are very young, you are still about in your mid-30s. Can you with confidence say that, okay, from a financial perspective, you are secure?
Yeah, 100%. I am 100% secure. Because, see, I always, if I am having a problem, I studied in Navodaya Vidyalaya.
Okay.
Navodaya
Tricur Navodaya Vidyalaya.
Tricur Navodaya Vidyalaya.
Okay, yeah.
Navodaya Vidyalaya. I think only few people, Tricur Navodaya Vidyalaya or my friends in Navodaya Vidyalaya or those who studied with me or my neighbors. So if I am comparing with my quality of life or I done something in my life, okay, I produced 3 movies or engineering college, I could do at least these things within these years if God
and also you are financially
permitted
secure.
me,
At the same time, you are financially secure. You're not a broken man,
No, never.
So
See,
that is something that has to be.
That's what I came to tell you in between that answer. That question is broken because that answer is broken because these admission problems, because of these academics problems, I actually converted my engineering college from this very bad results to good result within a 6 months of time.
Right.
So for that 6 months to convert, because all these colleges were having a culture. To change that kind of institution, I even visited PES Engineering College, Bangalore. That is
Bangalore,
the
it is a very well-known institution. Yes.
Okay. So I met the vice chairman who changed the culture of that engineering college.
Yes, he was. Yes.
I think Gyan Raj something. So he.
Yeah.
So I personally interacted with him. So then he advised me many things. But last I asked him one question, whether in current situation I can do it or not. Then he told me, I don't think so. Because you can try that, but because you are already running an engineering, but I don't think so, because now the situation is different. There are a lot of you are facing a lot of competition. He done that in 1990s. When he came back after studies and all, his father was running an engineering college. Then that college was running badly. Then he converted that to a best institution. Then he told all these steps he took to change that institution a best institution. So I took that steps, but the financial burden was very, very high for doing that. So I thought like I can convert that result as because within 6 months, I made this 150 rank to 12th rank inside Kerala.
I remember I had been a witness to that. As I know, yes.
You know that, sir, very well. So actually that made me to sell the engineering college actually. But I'm not, I am personally, I don't have any regret for that because I done that for a good purpose, even because I done that for a parents, and I done good job. Any student at that point of time, that 2 years who studied in my college, they, wherever they go, they like remember me, because that much things I done for making that result. So because
Shamsu, we are coming to the last stages of our discussion. I may also want to take 1 or 2 questions from outside, but I want to ask you this last question. Shamsu, you have this engineering college at Muatupura now lying vacant. What is your plan about that? Because I had seen you in 6 months of time taking your Balanjeri Engineering College from 140th rank to about 12th rank in the Kerala Technology University ranking system. Now, if you could do that, there could be many possibilities with the Muatupura College in any which way. It may not be an engineering college, it could be an arts and science college, it could be anything else. What is your dream about building up an educational institution, Shamsu?
Sure, sir. So I'll connect this question to that answer, because to solve that financial things and all, and I met before this settling this college, I met one of the prominent businessmen in Kerala. I'm not telling the name.
Don't tell the name.
Okay. Part of the KMA and all. Then I asked him, there is an offer for me to sell this college at a 40% price. Okay. What to do? Then he told me one sentence, that purchase peace. Okay. Purchase peace. Then I thought like, anyway, then I sold that college and solved all problems of mine. Okay, and I also become financially stable. Then within 2 weeks, this COVID things and all came. And after signing that agreement, within 2 weeks, we all came for lockdown. Yeah. And during the lockdown only, I understand the feeling of freedom. Okay. Before, when I'm studying itself, I was doing engineering admissions and all. Then students joined under me. I was treating them well. All these years, last 10 years, my young life, teen life and all, I was always having a very big issues in my hand, because I was running engineering college that is socially connected.
Okay.
After leaving this college only, I understand that I have a freedom now. Then so I take a break now. Now my plan is to make that land and building to a #1 institution. I know how to build an institution. I know how to market that institution, and I know how to make a good result in that. No, I don't want to start a normal institution now. I want to make a #1 institution inside Kerala. So I'm waiting for that.
Shamsu, one question. Ms. Sunita had asked the question in the screen. She was asking, Shamsu, you are a man with a Midas touch. Are you a man with a Midas touch, or are you a man hardworking to make results?
I think hard work.
So how come people think that you have a Midas touch in things?
That's also people tell me, but I don't know.
So let me ask you this
because
thing. Many people,
I always tell that, sir, maybe you know what all things I done and failed. Okay. Sometimes only the success only project. That's a problem.
Okay. Now, see, I think, the movies speak for yourself. Your engineering college speaks for yourself. The business that you have started definitely will speak for yourself in coming times. You're fairly well connected to all those senior entrepreneurs inside and outside Kerala. All that is fine. But I think now with the new movie which is coming up, probably there's a lot of shift of image also has happened. But I think still wherever you go to talk to, whichever podium that you speak to, there is some level of a haziness about T.R. Shamsuddin. So now will the actual true original T.R. Shamsuddin come out, please?
I didn't get you, sir.
The question is that many people speak many things about you.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we want the truth of the real hardworking, the real successful, and the movie maker, the engineering college builder, the entrepreneur Shamsuddin to be seen positively by the crowd.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So what do you do for that? You must do something about that.
No, sir. What you asked me to do, because I don't think if that's what I answered, because if I am not a entrepreneur or film producer, I just become an engineer in any other software firm or any other job working in outside India, any abroad or anywhere, any normal person. Okay. Thank God I become like this.
Very good, Shamsu. Thank you very much for the time. I had some questions in the screen that I picked up. See, to be very honest with you, since I also had certain level of a connection with you, many of the things that you said I had personally vouched. But at the same time, I also told you when I was going to meet a person called T.R. Shamsuddin, the sort of feedback from the market, etc., was very, very hazy. Okay, only after meeting with you, talking to you, and understanding your systems, etc., one really knew that okay, you are a very hardworking, ambitious, hardworking, at the same time, willing to take the risk. Actually, okay, that is the story. Now, and you said that you have no regrets. You said that you have no regrets. You are only mid-30s. You have so many years to go. And I'm very sure if you apply yourself very well, and now that you're financially secure, if you apply, and you said you have the freedom now, etc. If you apply yourself very well, Kerala can see a wonderful businessman in you, T.R. Shamsuddin. I wish you all the very best. I wish you all the very best, and I hand you back to Nirmala Lilly, our president. Nirmala, back to you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So we felt that Shamsuddin very well. Therefore, we could bring out anything and everything about him, and we could get a clear picture about him, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And a hardworking person, there's no substitute, isn't it, Shamsuddin? A young, a self-made person, Shamsuddin, a hardcore marketing man, building engineering colleges and selling, enough and more trial and error. A lot to learn from you. To me, you are Sagala Kala Vallavan Shamsu. Already in these 3 movies.
May interrupt for a minute?
Mr. Suresh,
No, you cannot. Sorry. No, Nirmala, please continue. Questions are only to be asked. No interruptions, please.
Yeah, entrepreneurs take risks because that is necessary to start and grow a business. Courage is the key, and you have all that in plenty. Today, you are the founder and CEO of Blockbuster Technologies Private Limited. Tomorrow, you will be doing something totally different. Let's meet again and know more about you. And we wish you all the very best, whatever you venture into, Mr. Shamsuddin. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you everyone for hearing.
Yeah. Thank you. We are planning for some announcement. We are planning for 2 evening lectures and an inauguration of our KMA house in July. So we will intimate you the date and time shortly. 2 big events finalized in August. They are 25th August Digital Summit. 26th August, it is IMA SYMP. IMA has been running a very unique program for young people called the Shaping Young Minds program, that is SYMP. The program provides a platform for young professionals and management students to interact with the iconic leaders for various fields, which is in collaboration with our local management association. So these are the announcement, and with this, now I invite our Joint Secretary, Mr. Dilip Narayanan, to propose vote of thanks, please.
Thank you. Beloved President, distinguished Chief Guest, respected past presidents, and my dear friends, good evening. At the outset, let me express my sincere gratitude to each one of you for attending today's Phoenixpreneur series. Thank you all. On behalf of the Managing Committee of KMA and all those who are assembled here, it's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks to the esteemed Chief Guest, Mr. T.R. Shamsuddin, Founder and CEO, Blockbuster Technologies, for sharing his valuable insight. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank Mr. S.R. Nair for engaging the Chief Guest in an interesting manner. Let me thank Madam President Nirmala Lilly, Vice President Bibu Punuran, MC members, past presidents, and the Secretariat team for organizing this interesting program. Once again, thank you all for joining us this evening.
Yeah, Bridget, could you?
Thank you, sir.
Bridget, could you please? Yeah.
Shamsu, this is the memento that will reach you very soon. It's a physical memento. It is not a virtual memento. It will reach you very soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And the meeting
Thank
is
you all
adjourned.
members. Thank you all members of KMA.